how hard was it just carving your name out in a city like Philadelphia?
It was difficult because it was just so many great players, and like Philly's like a city you always have to prove who you are.
Absolutely.
Right? And even, oh, he's the best player. Oh, no, he ain't better than my man. So it's like you always run into that conversation, right? But I was lucky because I grew up in the Olney section. So born in Olney, so I grew up playing at Fisher Park, 10th and Olney, where Stav Shakur from.
Yeah,
so I grew up watching him play at the Chosen Leader a lot of times. That was like one of my childhood like heroes growing up. And then I played being Olney. And then once I got old enough, I started traveling outside of my neighborhood, playing down Hank Gathers, playing down shoes down South Philly, playing in West Philly. Like anywhere it was good rec at, I was going there to get that rec.
Word. That's what's up. So how did you so you went from Newman to Wake Forest first, right?
Yeah, but even like before I ever got to Newman, like I had no idea what Newman Goretti was, like, because I never really, prior to like high school, I never really been to South Philly. You know, if you're not from South Philly, that's just not a place you typically go at and just hang out. I'm from the whole other side of the city. So, Newman kind of came on the tail end of my 8th grade year. It was a guy named John Moscow. He now is coaching Archbishop Wood.
Okay.
And he called me, he recruited me and kind of convinced me to go there. But, during my 8th grade year, I had no intentions of going to Newman.
No? Where were you going to go?
I don't know. I was probably like, I was thinking about like Central, which would have been great academically, but I don't know if it would have worked out basketball or just probably like somewhere like Gratz.
Yeah.
Carroll was recruiting me too, Archbishop Carroll, but that was just too far. It's like near Villanova.
Yeah,
so it's like,
super
I don't
far.
know how I'm going to get out there every day. I'm not catching like the R5. That's like an hour and a half commute one way.
Was Newman good when you got there? Because they was historically good.
Yeah. So prior when I got there, it was like Scoop, DJ, Earl Pettis, Rick Jackson, that whole squad. Then my freshman year, I was a freshman. Scoop and Rick were seniors.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did you learn for the most from like a high school transition to college?
What I learned in high school, it's just really just valuing possessions. Like in high school, you don't value every possession, right? Like you just think you take every possession for granted, but like college, everybody good. Everybody was all city, all state, especially the levels I played in the ACC and Big East. So the game is one. The game's usually separated from like 2 or 3 possessions each game. So that's the biggest thing I had to really I had to make the adjustment, really valuing possessions and just understanding like time and scoring management, right? Because in high school, like Philly guards, we just used to going, attacking. When you're in a conference like ACC, you can't be doing that. Like I was at Wake. You got John Henson down there. He blocked your shot twice. Or you have the Plumlee twins. Like these are 7-footers, legit 7-footers that's freaking natures. So like you really had to learn how to play the game from the neck on up. I had a coach at Wake Forest, and he's named Jeff Battles now at Georgetown. And he was like Chris Paul guy. He recruited Chris Paul when Chris went to Wake. He like, yo, when you learn how to play the game from the neck on up, you're going to separate yourself from a lot of other people. And it didn't really hit me to my sophomore year there, and that's when I really started really getting busy there.
What was your culture shock? Like, what was the culture shock from that?
From Philly to North Carolina?
Yeah.
Philly's a unique place, man.
Very unique, bro. I be telling people that all the time.
It's just like you could ride down
animal.
north, or you could ride somewhere down Logan, Olney, because I grew up in Olney and Logan. I could ride somewhere down Logan at 3:00 in the morning. You see 50 people outside, cooking out in front of their house. Only place you might have similar to that is like New York, maybe.
Yeah.
So like when I went to North Carolina, it was like a culture shock. I was like weird a little bit because like nobody hang outside. People hang out at Walmarts and Targets. Like, I was like, I'm not really used to this. And everything was just so spread out. You had to drive everywhere. Like in Philly, you don't have to drive everywhere. You catch the sub, the bus. There's so many other ways in terms of transportation to get around if you didn't drive. So that was just the biggest thing. And people were just more polite. And like, where we from is people like so polite. Like, yo, what's your angle? Like, what you trying to line me? Or what's your, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that was just like the biggest thing. Like, just like getting accustomed. Like, yo, it's really genuine people out here in the world. Yeah. Everybody's not out to get you, and you got to let your guard down a little bit.